Hey y'all, what's up? This your girl Shani Cole, and welcome back to Cole Hustle. Hey co-hustlers, y'all excuse the hair. Don't even worry about it. But today's reading, as you can tell by the title, is going to be about Mr. Chris Brown. I'm a huge Chris Brown fan, so I love doing a Chris Brown reading on my channel. But this was actually requested along with the Rihanna reading, so I want to do it. And pretty much this is just going to be like an update about Chris Brown, anything that we see about the tour or anything like that. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to do this reading. If you guys would like to get a personal reading, make sure that you look into my description box, because I do have my email address where you guys can actually email me and get a reading done. I do multiple different readings. They're all in my description box along with the prices, okay? And they're hour-long readings. You can do shorter readings if you want to. Yes, you guys, I'm pretty excited to get into this reading, so let's go. All right, so Spirit, give me the energy around Chris Brown. Singer Chris Brown. What's going on with Chris Brown lately? What has he been up to? So as of lately, it looks like Chris Brown has really been just, focusing on this tour. This tour is going to bring in a lot of money for him. It already has, you guys. So he's very excited about the tour. But I also feel like there's been some things going on with Chris Brown and some women, okay? A woman in particular. Somebody he's been getting into it with, but he's been trying to keep this very low-key, and he's been really trying to just move away from anything that's really negative. I know at one point I seen things about the stalker trying to come back around or whatever. It was something really weird to that extent. But I feel like Chris Brown's just been trying to keep himself away from as much trouble as possible. And he's really been just putting all his time and energy into practicing and really trying to get this tour to look the best that he can get it to look. Chris Brown always tries to top what he has already done. So there's a lot of pressure on him as far as making sure that this is something that's going to be memorable for fans, and it's also something that he wants to make sure that he's very clear on what it is that he wants. So he's been putting his foot down with a lot of things that he wants and doesn't want with this tour. Give me more energy around the tour, Spirit. How has the tour been going for Chris Brown? There's a lot of stress. Like I said, he puts a lot of pressure on himself. He puts a lot of pressure on himself when it comes to these tours to make sure that they're always great and that fans really enjoy them. But I also feel like it's been a lot on Chris Brown as well, because for one, he did just do a tour, so there's a lot of tired energy around him. And I also feel like we just need to be prayerful and mindful with Chris Brown, because I do feel like he's dealing with some things, possibly even legally in the background, that we don't know about, that he is trying to just get that swept under the rug, or fix it, or whatever he needs to do with it. So there's just a lot of energy around his strength needing to be uplifted at this time, because I feel Chris Brown is not a very vocal person with what's going on with him. I feel like anything that we find out about Chris Brown is through blogs or anything like that. He's very private. Even though he is as big as he is very private with his life, and he tries to keep it that way. So I feel like we just need to be prayerful of Chris Brown, because there are some things that he's really dealing with outside of music that he's trying to get together. So other than that, I feel like Chris Brown is doing good. I feel like he's just really focused on his career and trying to make sure that he stands clear on what it is that he wants to do next in his life. How does Chris Brown feel about going on tour? Even though Chris Brown is excited about going on tour, there is a part of him that is kind of up and down about it. I feel part of it is because it's certain people's work ethic that he's not happy with. So he's trying to figure out the best way to move around certain people and their work ethics. Like I said, he is a perfectionist. He is a hard worker. And he's very dedicated and devoted to everything that he does, especially when it comes to touring. And touring is his time to really interact with his fans and really show people what he's been working on. He likes to present these things in a certain way. And I feel like he's just been having a few disagreements with some of the people that he's been choosing to have work relationships with. That doesn't mean that this is like dancers or anything like that, but it could be some of the people that he's putting up on the lineup to open for him. It could be some of those, and it also could be people on his team that he's just maybe even having to remove before the tour even begins, because it's just causing issues for him and a lot of stress. Is Chris Brown working on another album? I think he is. He's just waiting on the right time to present it. Again, it's going to be a wait, but I do believe that he is working on something, but it's not going to be, of course, right now, because he is focused on touring. But thing about Chris Brown is he has a lot of bodies of work that he hasn't put out yet. Like, he has hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of songs that he has already put together that he has not, put into an album yet. So I feel like he's never really just working on an album. I feel like most of the time he already kind of has things already together, and it's just a matter of time before he releases them. But he wants to make sure that he's all into it before he just releases an album. So there is an album that he has been working on, but it won't be out anytime soon, because of course he is working on his tour. So if he releases it, it's going to be after the tour. So it'll probably be sometime next year when Chris Brown releases a new album. But yeah, y'all, I don't really personally have any questions for Chris Brown. If y'all have any questions for Chris Brown, leave them down below, because like I said, this reading was very vague. It was just a reading about Chris Brown. There was no questions about him. So I'm just really pulling energy around Chris Brown just to see what's up. Is there anything we need to be concerned about? But it's really not, you guys. All I ask is just, all I can really see is that we just need to pray for him and his mental, because I feel like he's just under a lot of pressure and he's going through some things. So that's that. But other than that, I think Chris Brown is going to do phenomenal on this tour, and I feel like he's working very hard to give us a great show. So yeah, you guys, if y'all have any questions about Chris Brown, leave them down below. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to y'all in the next video.